Guys, welcome back to the Pinchy channel. I'm your host, the Pinchy, and we're back at it again. Super hyped. I know that a lot of people are like, why does he get so hyped in the beginning of the videos? But today, it actually makes sense. You could argue the other ones. Today, though, it finally happened. I mean, we've been talking about this remaster for a while. DMO finally announced some images, and we're going to be breaking them down today. As you can see right here, I had the Google Translate of, of how it works, but loving everything that I'm seeing. So let's break it down. Let's not waste any time. I don't want to take more of your time. So here we go. So first image, we got Tai, got Mimi. We have a train. It looks like it's moving. I love it. It's probably going to be an animation, I'm assuming. You have the power button on the bottom right here. Okay. You can see that these are the silhouettes for the characters that you might have in the account. That's what I'm thinking, because in the next image, as you can see right here, now you have Tai's glove with the Digivice, and then you can see a Digimon with a level, as well as two other buttons that I do not know Korean, but I'm assuming that is either to change the character that you're going in with, not sure. You also see a back button right here, and that's probably to go back to the first image to pick maybe Mimi this time, and then maybe she has another Digimon that we can use. But I am loving the idea of changing the aesthetics. As you can see, the graphics, we've seen this before. We saw some teasers in beforehand of how they were gonna look, but this is just so vibrant, and I love what I see. Next image, we see the terminal. Now, two things to note about this. The terminal looks exactly like Season 4 Frontier. So I'm assuming that they're gonna add some things when it comes to the storyline for that. I love it. I don't know if this is a loading screen. I don't know if it's going to be like, again, an animation of like, you pick your character, you pick your Digimon, and then it's like the train that comes in. And little things like that are gonna make a difference, absolutely. Or if it's just like what we have now, that every time you change channels, you'll see a loading screen with like an image of what map you're going into. That could be it too. But either way, you can see the detail of how pretty everything looks. You love to see it. Love to see it. All right, let's break down the last image here. The last image is what has me more excited, because as well as these two, but these are just loading screens or your character screen. Maybe, you know, the initial like animation of going into the map. But this is what I like to see. So a couple things here. One, it seems like you're still gonna have a good amount of spawns in the map so that you can fight. I wasn't sure if they were gonna make it less, because obviously the brighter it looks, the nicer it looks. Maybe it's too hard on the actual like software, your computer, or whatever, to have multiple spawns. It doesn't seem like that's gonna be a problem, so I love that. The screen seems to be fairly the same as before. You have your dude over here in the corner, and then your Digimon stuff down here. Now, I do find it interesting that the Digimon's health is in a different place, because, you know, in DMO it's different. It's in the same side, so you can actually see both of your HPs. So that might be confusing. The next thing, the F1, F2, F3, the 1, 2, 3, like the commands for the Digimon and for Tamer is the same, so that doesn't change. The evolution line up here looks nice. Now, things to look for. Let's try to zoom in here a little bit so you guys can see it more. You have two things that I'm very curious. The first one, this is different. Okay, so we notice that there's a Digivice. I'm assuming that might be your stats window for the Digimon that you have out. You have a Digimon silhouette. I think that's so you can change to another Digimon that you might have in the party. Lastly, you have these two eyes and two rotating arrows. I'm assuming that is, whoa. I'm assuming that is going to be part of maybe changing the angle of the camera. You guys know that nowadays you have to go into settings and change it into, you know, between Tamer and the Digimon. Maybe that will be a quick shortcut. Just change it. Now, you know, I'm Togemon. No, I'm just Mimi. No, I'm changing. You know, I like that. It makes it quicker. Especially when you're doing dungeons versus just kind of normal grinding, or even being at DATS, you know, trying to check stores, which I'm assuming that the shops are going to work differently by the time that this game, the remaster, comes out. Things that I like, the silhouettes. Obviously, you can see Mimi right there, that she's holding the Digivice maybe up top saying like, you know, Palmon, Digivolve. And so that's kind of cool. We got the end of the animation. I wonder why because obviously Togemon is not like jumping in the air, right? And clearly it's not fighting anything, so it's not doing an animation for an attack. So this just looks like it was Digivolving into Togemon. So it's going to be interesting how they do that animation for sure for any Digivolution. Very interesting, very lively, very colorful, very amazing. This game needed it. I love how I was making a video about like the things that we want and need in this game, and then next thing you know, like a day later, they're like, oh, here's some pictures for the remaster. So very, very intriguing. I know for a fact, we've talked about it on Discord with other people, but if you only do a remaster and the only thing that you change is the graphics, people are still going to be upset. So there has to be changes. We talked about it in the video. If you haven't seen it, please check it out. But we talked about the things that it's needed for this game to succeed and to keep growing. This is a very good start though. They did a great job. It looks beautiful, and you know that people are going to love to see this type of things. Like you need it. You need to be able to compete with other games, and graphics is going to be a big part of it for sure. So yeah, so guys, thank you so much for watching. We got news finally about the remaster. Hopefully it's coming on soon. I don't know when they're going to release it. They could do it in the anniversary, they can do it during the summer, they can do it later, they can do it for New Year's. But the faster it gets here, the better it's going to be for the community. We've been waiting for years, you know. For me, it's been like 12 years. So it's about time. It's about time for a change, and I think they're going in the right direction. Hopefully they keep listening to us. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I will be making more content, especially if they're gonna keep releasing stuff like this. But thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.